Good morning. Before I get started, please like and subscribe. Please share my channel. Please comment whether you agree with me or not. I love having you here. I love listening to you. I love getting your feedback. And I really, really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Every time I come to this intersection, every single time, hold on 1 minute here, let me see what I have, if I have any. I don't have anything. I have nothing. Yeah, see, there are always homeless people standing on this corner. I don't have cash. I don't normally carry cash. I would have given them at least $5 probably, because a lot of people want to talk about homeless people and how they want to be there. It it really bothers me. It bothers me when people talk about homeless people as if they're happy right where they are, like they want their life to be that way. Now, I have a friend who always says that, oh, they just want to drink. Oh, they want their life to be that way. They're not trying to get help. Well, there might be some people who are on the street and would prefer to be on the street drinking than to try to blend into society and go through the mess that society is. Yeah, I can say that there might be people that, given the choice between being judged and trying to make it in society as harsh as it can be, maybe they find it easier to just give up and flop on a mat somewhere in the cold. I think that's really sad. If somebody would prefer to be homeless than to try to make it in society, there's something wrong with society. I mean, obviously we're making it hard on people to live here in a home with a roof and make enough money to have food. Some people say, and mostly, middle class, upper middle class people like to say, well, everybody has an opportunity. And the fact of the matter is, no, everybody doesn't have an opportunity here. And I wouldn't have known that until I ended up with a disability myself. I was diagnosed more than 10 years ago with multiple sclerosis. They have since discovered, whether I ever had it or not, I kind of doubted that I had MS from the start, but they said they found plaques on my spine. They were in 3 places, and I had the symptoms of it. Today, after probably more than $100,000 of supplements and healing and chiropractors and acupuncture and massage and swimming and working out. I mean, I made it a full-time job for 3 years to try to heal myself. I spent a lot of money and a lot of time. Didn't work for that time. My job was to heal. And had I not had the means that I did, we had an insurance company at the time that I ended up getting divorced, and we split our business, so I had the money. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough to where I could take that time off. Had I not had that, I don't know what I would have done. I wouldn't have been able to work because I couldn't move my legs. I still don't move my legs perfectly. I still have neuropathy. I still have back pain, lower back pain, but they're starting to work on healing that. Through the VA, they've sent me to a doctor who's going to do an ablation. They found out that the remaining problems that I have are from discs, which there is something you can do about that. Now, as far as the plaques on my spine, they're gone. And, some people can say it's a miracle. Some people can say I did everything right and healed things up. I took alpha lipoic acid. I mean, I knew what to do. I researched right away. What do I do? Ginger, bromelain, alpha lipoic acid, vitamin D, all the B vitamins, fish oil. I did everything that, magnesium. Those are all things that I did to heal my immune system and my nervous system. And I exercised. I swam every day. I went to a chiropractor and an acupuncturist. I got massage. I went to an infrared sauna. So that's how I lived my life for 3 years. And I can honestly say that, the last time I went to the neurologist, they were scratching their heads and saying, we don't see any sign of MS, so they took it off my record. Not everybody has that opportunity. I'm with the VA. If I weren't with the VA, I wouldn't be getting an ablation for my disc problems, which are causing numbness in my legs as well. There are a lot of people out there who have, for whatever reason, mental illness or emotional issues, or they got a divorce and it just broke them emotionally, physically, financially. So many things happen to people. Life can just break you. Just living this life can just break you. And I'm sorry, this video might sound like it's dark, but sometimes it needs to be a little dark to, I don't know, share awareness of the reality of what some people are going through, because I think a lot of times people like to live in a bubble where they don't have to look at anybody else's misery. You don't have to absorb people's misery. I don't recommend absorbing misery, because that's what I always teach on my channel, to stay in that higher elevation. We want to stay in that higher elevation, so we don't want to absorb negativity and misery. But once we're in that higher elevation, we have the ability then to be able to shield ourselves from having it affect us and infiltrate us, but still reach out and see it, look at it, understand it, and try to help heal it where it comes to other people, because that's what makes us, join together. We are all part of the light. And I can tell you that I've talked to a lot of homeless people. I used to hang out at night with homeless people. I might still start to do that. Just talking with them, just asking them their story. I might even do some videos, maybe. Maybe I'll interview some homeless people and get their story, because no, they don't want to be in that situation. They might feel more comfortable not having to apply for work and go through the process of interviewing. People say they don't want to work. Well, they want to work. They want to work. They just don't want to have to interview. And why is that? My interview process went swimmingly. My interview process couldn't have been any better than it was, because of the people that I met up with, because of the mindset that I was in, and because of the mindset that they were in, and because everything just came together and we just clicked. And it was probably the best interview I've ever had and I'm working with the best people I could ever imagine. When I say this is like a unicorn, that just doesn't happen for most people. Most people look at Indeed online, or look at LinkedIn, or try to find jobs on these job sites, or even go knocking looking for work. And homeless people don't have the clothes. They're not showered. They're not all groomed and all cleaned up. They don't have the self-confidence. They might not have their mental faculties might have slipped them a bit from being homeless for such a long time. Emotionally, they're shattered. Financially, they're broke and they're feeling really bad about themselves. And as if they're not feeling bad enough about themselves, people spit on them and make them feel worse about themselves. They might wake up in the morning thinking, today's a good day, I'm going to feel good about myself. And then throughout the day, people spit on them and yell at them and tell them to get a job and tell them what scum of the earth they are. And then by the end of the day, they're like, wow, well, that wasn't as good a day as I was hoping it would be. You know, people are cruel. People can be cruel. Not all people are cruel, but people can be cruel. And the ones that do that to homeless people, there's no excuse. That's the worst of the worst, as far as the lowest of the low, if you ask me. If you're kicking somebody when they're down, they don't need to be kicked. They need to be loved and supported. And, you know, people who have money and have a roof over their heads and have food resent homeless people. I don't know why. Do you think they're going to take something from you? I mean, if I have a $300,000 house and plenty of food in my fridge and enough money in my bank account, and a homeless person comes along and I give that homeless person $100, how much is that really going to take from me? Is it going to take the roof off my head? Is it going to remove the food from my refrigerator? Is it going to lose me my job? No. It's $100. If you can afford it, and people say, well, they'll just take it out there and they'll go drink. Well, if that's what they choose to spend it on, maybe that is their medication. Maybe they can't get medications. Maybe that's their way of just not having to feel the pain. It's a numbing agent. So why would you resent them using the money the way they want to use the money? If they need some alcohol, $100 will buy them more than a bottle of wine. Let me just assure you of that. They can buy an $8 bottle of something and still go out and get some food. And maybe even get a motel room with that $100. So that excuse that they're going to use it all for drugs and alcohol is not correct. But anyway, not everybody has the means. Not everybody has the opportunity. Not everybody has the ability. Not everybody has the physical ability. And I just believe that we should treat homeless people with more dignity and respect. And that we should be, if we have everything we need, we should be doing something to, you know, we don't have to give them our money. But there are a lot of things we can do as a society to help them. So that's my rant on homeless people. I'm getting into the office. Time to clock in. Hope you're all having a great day. I'll see you next time.